Hey everybody, it's Shug. It's Thursday. Just want to check in just to see how everyone was doing, how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what your mind is like, what you've been doing to take care of yourself, what you've been doing to take care of your neighbors, your family, and just keeping it all together, just trying to keep sane. I hope too that you do step away from all of the media coverage, all of the minute by minute updates, and just know that we'll get through this in time. My father always says, "This too shall pass." And my question was always, when? There he had no answer. And here we have no answer as well. However, we have to go on like I've been coming on and trying to encourage you as I try to encourage myself. We have to find ways and things that we still enjoy because we still have a level of enjoyment and desire within us. So all of that is not gone. We may just have to dig deeper for it because I think sometimes our natural reaction in all of this is to go to the negative side, to what we are losing or the pain that we're feeling. And again, I say that all of that is valid, and we do need to give ourselves space and time to do that. However, it's when we lay there and when that continues to be a pattern for us, is when it becomes an issue. So, as I am learning lessons learned from the book, 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do by Amy Moein, chapter one actually talks about how we feed into that talk, which we call self talk, and we go down this snowball, and it leads to self pity. So, in chapter one, as a matter of fact, it says the very first thing that mentally strong people don't do is they don't waste their time feeling sorry for themselves. Self pity is easily the most destructive of the non pharmaceutical narcotics. It is addictive, gives momentary pleasure, and separates the victim from reality. John Gardner. So, in the book that I'm reading and that I'm sharing with you, the author tells a story of Jack, who got hit by a school bus and he broke both his legs. Well, of course, Jack's parents' natural instinct was to shelter him and to protect him because they probably felt helpless that it happened at the beginning. However, it goes on to say that that help actually led to self pity. So instead of shielding Jack from suffering, they actually put him in a state of self pity. So, according to the book, like it says, one thing that mentally strong people don't do is that they don't dwell in self pity. We all experience pain and sorrow in life. I mean, we're all experiencing that now, for real. And although sadness is a normal, healthy emotion, dwelling on your sorrow and misfortune is self destructive. This is according to the book. So it asks a series of questions, which I'm going to ask you. Do you respond positively to any of the points below? You tend to think your problems are worse than anyone else's. And if it weren't for bad luck, you're pretty sure you would have none at all. Problems seem to add up for you at a much faster rate than anyone else. You're fairly certain that no one else truly understands how hard your life really is. You sometimes choose to withdraw from leisure activities and social engagements so you can stay home and think about your problems. You sometimes wonder if the world is out to get you. Now, it's so interesting that this chapter is, I'm reading this now, and this chapter is a time like this. It is very easy self included, which is one of the reasons why I was pretty silent over the last day or so, because I went into a space where I just needed to deal with my feelings. Guess call it a pity party. And two things with me when I go there, because I do go there, is that first of all, after a while, I get sick of hearing the complaining in my head. And then my voice just drives me insane. And then second is that I have a network of people, particularly my children. They allow me no grace for self-pity. As soon as I go in to start complaining, it's like, okay, Mom, you're going to be all right. You know, you're tough. And then I have friends that allow me grace to go there. However, they pull me out when I go too far. And so during this time, when that support system is in the same condition mentally, physically, financially, emotionally as we are, and we are unable to go to them, then it's incumbent upon us. We've done it before. There have been moments, as I've said before, that we've had no one but us. And if, as Christians, we have no one but us and God. So I remind you again to go back to that place, because we're all in this together. And I hope that as you scroll through messages, as you look at Instagram posts and videos, that you will be inspired by the strength that so many people are showing, the fight that so many people are willing to exert, the desire that so many people are willing to still have about their business, about their dreams, that may be on pause, surely not halted. And that you will be inspired by your own strength. That tomorrow you'll wake up and you're like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, again, we may be bruised, but we have this. And you cannot lie in self-pity, because tomorrow will come. And if tomorrow is the same, then what? I want to also leave you with a saying, not a saying, an email that I received from the author Incubator. And the subject was why you must put purpose over panic right now. And it goes on to say that this is a moment we'll remember for the rest of our lives. True that. You are being called to put your purpose over the panic of this present moment. Are you a dreamer, wayfinder, difference maker, game changer, and creators of all kinds? This is the moment you have worked for and waited for your whole life. Unsure about that, but I get the gist of it. And then she goes on to say, Shakespeare wrote King Lear, Macbeth, Antony and Cleopatra in 1606, when the theater industry was paralyzed because the Black Death returned to the city. Sir Isaac Newton discovered calculus in 1665, when his Cambridge University classes were canceled because of one of the last major outbreaks of the bubonic plague that hit the country. In 1919, you know that painting The Scream? Evard Eunuch painted that. In 1943, while hiding from Nazis, Anne Frank wrote her famous diary. So this is just an example that people persevere in the worst of times, in the best of times. And this is the only time that we have now. So I encourage you, if you have a dream, still dream it. It can be reality. If you have a drive, still ride that car. If you got to fight, you're just going to have to fight harder. And until the next time, when we talk about 13 things that mentally strong people don't do, remember that we're all in this together. Until the next time, I'm Shug, and welcome to, I named this segment. It's called Tea and Toast with Shug. No toast, just tea. Till the next time, peace.